Fantastic. We are live. We are live on Facebook and we are live here on Zoom. And I want to share with you this fantastic new program called Elevate. You're elevated to the boardroom. Hi, everybody.
Fantastic. We are live. We are live on Facebook and we are live here on Zoom. And I want to share with you this fantastic.
This is uh, this is good. This is good. Oh gosh. Okay. So here we go. I had to mute myself because I could hear myself. So this is what happens when you do things live. Things can go wrong. So I am Coach Faith. I am a TEDx speaker, a published author of Transform Within. I am an executive coach. And here I am today launching a brand new program called Elevate. You have seen my post about this. You have seen, why I'm launching this program, but I've also been asked a lot of questions. So the purpose of this short message is to share with you about why I have launched Elevate, who is it for, what is it, how can you join, and when are we starting? So before I go into the program itself, I want to share with you a little bit about my career journey. So I've already told you my name is Coach Faith. I'm a motivational speaker, TEDx speaker, book author, but I wasn't all of this before. 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, I set up, I started my career in the corporate. I joined Shell as a young graduate, and it was on a program that was for 3 years. And in those 3 years, I learned so many key strategies about how you can rise up in our organization. I started my career as a high flyer. I was identified as a high flyer. I was put on a fast track leadership program. And as a part of that leadership program, we were taught what it is that you need to be doing in your career to elevate to the boardroom. Now, I know I'm talking about advice and tips that I received, you know, 10 years ago, 20 years ago in my career, but these are proven strategies. Real leaders use them today. And one of the biggest one is coaching, right? Did you know by having a coach, you could actually fast track your career? Not many people know this. And unfortunately, within our community, we don't see coaching as a value add. We don't see coaching as something that we need to, to actually make it a part of our strategy. A lot of us are very ambitious, very highly qualified, even I would say. We have PhDs, masters, but something that we're missing is how do you translate all of that into your brand? How do you confidently, walk your value, walk your purpose? How do you step into your authentic self, in an environment where you don't feel safe to do that, or you feel like you're being judged or misjudged? So one of the key things that I learned in my career was, trial and error. If I tried that strategy didn't work, I would try something else. But coaching was one of those pillars that really helped me. So it helped me so much to a point where when I was stuck, in one of my roles, I asked a coach, I worked with a coach, I paid for a coach, right? That's another thing. I had to pay for this coaching. The company was not going um, to sponsor me. I was not senior enough, for the company to sponsor me. And this is one of the issue we have with coaching. We believe that, only the senior leaders, only the exec need coaching. But I'm here to tell you that if you are serious about your career, or you're feeling frustrated, or you feel like you're at a crossroad, you need to invest in a coach. And I advocate coaching, not just working with me, but all other coaching or other coaches, right? You need to be working with a coach. I'm moving away from my key point, back to my key point. So, coaching has helped me. I have learned in my career in Shell the key strategies and also the barriers. I've felt the barriers myself. I'm going to be honest with you, but I also navigated that barrier to, to a point where I set up my own consultancy. I'm not advocating that you set up your own consultancy, although a lot of you want to, right? A lot of you actually are so disengaged with your work. You just go to work because it's paying bills. But I'm here to tell you that don't check out yet until you've worked with a coach. And I'm here to tell you about Elevate because I was looking for something like this in my career. But also, over the last decade, I've worked with all leaders from all backgrounds. and the professional black professionals and black leaders that I've met, the common three barriers that they have faced are a lack of sponsorship, a lack of visibility, and also just the barriers that exist because of who we are, right? The barriers that could be discrimination, call it unconscious bias, but I know they're conscious, they're not unconscious. They're real proper barriers, right? Now, rather than you fighting and surviving this toxic scenario, or disengaging yourself from your work, I'm inviting you to spend 6 weeks with me, and the community of Black leaders, to really start to understand, re-understand yourself, what it is that you want out of your career, understand your strength, understand your values, but also understand what are the unique barriers that are holding you back. Now, barriers can also be internal. It could be your mindset. It could be the narrative, what you're telling yourself that are your barriers. And I've seen this over and over again. When it comes to visibility, for example, we're very visible already. We don't actually need to hide. We're visible. So what I'm trying to say is, how is it that you're communicating, your strength, or things that you've delivered? How do you communicate that in a way that you feel is authentic? Because again, after working with so many people, Black people, and myself included, we don't like to be boastful. We think we don't like to be boastful, and we think we don't want to, be seen to be too much. So there's all this kind of holding ourselves back. And actually, the truth is, people don't actually care. Everyone has their own issues. Everyone has their own challenges. Everyone is navigating their own careers. You just need to let go of all of that misconception, all of the myth, all of the self-doubts, and just step confidently into your calling or purpose, or your leadership. Now, within the Elevate program, there are going to be components that you work on that is specific to you, but there will be other generic strategies that I'm going to share with you. So things like having a sponsor. Think about your favorite football team or your favorite sports, right? There is a sponsorship, right? Because what does a sponsor do? Think of it. A sponsor is someone who's invested in you, who believes in you. And if you use the example of sports, they actually pay money to put they're putting their logo, right? They put their brand, they associate their brand, with with the product or with the player, because they believe in that player or they believe in that team, right? When I worked for Shell, Shell sponsored Ferrari. Why? Because it believed in that product and it believed in the team. Now, as a Black professional, you want to make sure in your career you do have a sponsor. And a sponsor is not just someone that you meet over coffee and you ask them to be a sponsor. No, take your time, work with your line manager if they're supportive, identify the key influencers that are in your organization, that are in your department, decision makers, key decision makers, and make sure that before you even approach them, you know yourself, you know what you want in terms of your career, you know your barriers, you know yourself enough to be able to present yourself when you have that senior leader who's your sponsor, present yourself in a very positive light, but also to be very specific about what it is that you need from them, right? These are very, sponsors tend to be very busy people. They don't want to be wasting time, talking about the weather, although I'm sure that will come up, but be very strategic, right? And be very, and take, lead from there. What else can I tell you? Visibility. So we keep our head down, we try to just deliver, or we're so disengaged from work that, if we work remotely, we just show up for the meetings and that's it. We close our laptop and we go. Visibility is more than just shouting about your work. It's about being present in the room, where decisions are being made, or where, influencer can also be. So it might be saying yes to social event, even if it's inconvenient, but you remember you're investing in your own career. You're investing in that promotion. So there are things that you can do to really elevate your career and elevate yourself from where you are. And the barriers I talk about, they're internal, they're external. But the most important thing is coaching will help you unlock those barriers. Coaching will be the elevator that you need to really move from where you are today to where you're going. So what is it? What is the elevator? So elevator program, I'm offering three specific program. The first one is for 6 weeks. You're a busy professional. You are in a hurry. You want to see change. You're not sure if coaching is for you and you just want to test the waters. So for 6 weeks, every week, I will meet with you on Zoom. And I want to make this really clear. You're investing in yourself, okay? This is not about ticking a box. Definitely you can ask your employer to sponsor you, but I know through my own frustration of asking for sponsorship, asking for, for funding, for courses. I know how frustrating it can be. And especially in the current climate where, of course, the DNI, I think that, the DNI agenda or strategy, is being played down. I don't think many companies are sponsoring people now. There's still sponsorship, out there, but I think if you're really serious about your career growth and your leadership, invest 6 weeks. And within that 6 week, we'll go through, I will share with you the barriers and we'll understand your own barriers. We'll work out on the strategies that you really need to develop, to really unlock your potential, but also to open those doors, right, to the boardroom. So that's one thing. That's the one program. The other program is a 3 months long program. Again, you have the choice. You can do one-to-one or you can join a group. But the most important thing is it's 3 months. It gives you a bit more time to reflect, to implement some of the strategies that I'm going to be talking about, but also for you to see that transformation take place. And believe me, you might say 3 months is not enough, Faith, but it is enough because it's immersive, it's intense, and the idea is to help you, really, yeah, it's to help you understand that there are things that you can do to, to elevate your career, to elevate yourself as a leader, to start seeing the presence, the executive presence and the impact with your team and in your team, in your organization. So that's the 3 months program. Then there is I would call it the platinum program, which is, for 12 months we'll work together and meet once a month. And that's a personalized program that's for individual senior leaders. And I am excited because I know it works. I have worked with leaders across organizations over the last few years, and I'm very excited. So that is what it is. And in terms of how can you join, I'm going to pop a link for you to join the wait list. We've already got people, signed up. So do sign up, book a call with me. If you're not sure, just book a one-to-one chat with me. As a coach, I am regulated. I am guided by the International Coaching Federation Code, which means that I will only work with you if you're happy to work with me and if we actually can get along, because coaching is about relationship, it's about chemistry. I am not going to take your money and run off, without delivering value to you, without helping you get that transformation that you so deserve. So that is what Elevate is about. I hope that this short video, which was supposed to be very short, has helped you understand what it's about. And I cannot wait to see you in the elevator. I cannot wait to see you in the elevator, which is going to be really exciting. I'm excited. After 10 years of coaching professionals, this is one of the programs that I really believe is going to be a game changer. Not just for the individuals, but for the organizations as well. So if you are, a leader and you really want to invest in your team, and they happen to be, black. And when I said black, I'm using, I leave that for you to self-identify. But it's really because I know that the barriers that we have faced, the mountains, it's like you get on top of one, then there's another one, then there's another one. But all I'm trying to say is that you need to equip yourself with the right tools. And I have those tools. I have the toolbox. I just need you to join the Elevate program. I've spoken enough. If you have any question, please do ask. I'm Coach Faith. Watch my TEDx, learn about my background, buy my book. So there's things that I want to give you as tools to inspire you, to help you along your journey. But for now, I'm inviting you to join me in the elevator. Let's get together and let's help you really shift those barriers out of your way so that you can get where you want to go in your career, so that you can succeed, wherever you want to go in your career. I'm Coach Faith, Speaker Faith. It was lovely for you, for me to record this video for you. and I can't wait for you to watch it. Do watch it. Do share it with people in your community. Do sign up on the wait list, okay? It's starting in June. We're going back, after the half term, we're gonna start the program, and you can join at any point, okay? That's the beauty of this. I'm launching in June, but you can join at any point in your career, at any point that you want to, to really just refocus on yourself. But I believe that this is a unique program. There's nothing out like that out there. I have seen it, I've experienced it. There is nothing out there. And the most important thing is, before I close, the selling point is that you are going to be in a safe space. Okay. I have been in where you are. I have worked with leaders like yourself. And I know that coaching does work. My coaching does work. It will transform you from the inside out. And I'm so excited. So get ready. Let's go. Join the Elevate program today. Okay. I'm Coach Faye. Take care. Bye.